a little bit of a technological challenges this morning, so we're a little late. Today, I'm not actually going to give Madhurya Kadambini class. It kind of is. I was going to take that Guru Kalpa because yesterday was the appearance day of Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj and the disappearance day of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj, a very, very auspicious. I found you on the world day today. But first, it was yesterday. Okay, so Shri Guru Govinda Gandhari Giridhari Karaman Giriju Ki Jai Ho. Om Janantya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshra Milita Tasri Swayarupa Swapadantika Namo Mahavandanaya Krishna Prema Pradaya Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gaura Tapashe Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. First of all, I'd like to offer heartfelt Puspanjali to the lotus feet of my Harinam Diksha, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. Second of all, to my Bhajan Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. And today, to Srila Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj also, and to our entire group of especially Vishwacharya Thakur. Okay, so saying we're going to speak a little bit about it was such a special day. The appearance and disappearance of some very amazing spiritual masters. Now, on the appearance and disappearance day, we can understand that really, actually, it's in one sense the same. From a very transcendental point of view, it's all auspicious. Because whatever Sri Guru does is auspicious. It cannot be auspicious. He's the embodiment of auspiciousness. So he comes and appears in this world as mercy to help us, and he disappears also to help us. Because he's not died, he hasn't stopped existing, he simply changed the external relationship that we have with him. You see? And the spiritual master, we have Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. They're very, very special. Our entire Guru Parampara is very special. It's we're the Rupanuga Guru Varg, right? We're all here, and they have come. We're aspiring Rupanuga Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and they are Rupanuga Gaudiya Vaishnavas, through and through, 100% Paka Rupanuga Vaishnavas. And they've come to assist Rupa Goswami in his mission to establish and fulfill the inner heart's desire of Mahaprabhu. That's why Rupa Goswami came with Mahaprabhu. He came, isn't it? Out of mercy. Also because Krishna wanted him to come. He brought all of his associates with him when he came as Mahaprabhu. But he especially wanted Rupa Goswami, who is none other than Rupa Manjari, to come with him. Why? Because he came to taste the sweetness of Srimati Radhika, his most beloved. Came to taste her moods, to taste, her greatness, the happiness she feels when she is serving him. But he also came, what? To distribute Raganuga Bhakti. And basically, Braj Bhakti Rasasar. This is a name that Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami gave to Manjari Bhav. Braj Ras, Braj Ras Sar, the essence of Braj Bhakti Ras, the essence, the most concentrated essence of Braj Bhakti Ras. That is this moods of the Manjaris. And the Manjaris are headed by Rupa Manjari. So all of our Guru Varg are in the group, they're in the camp of Rupa Manjari. They're in the spiritual world with Radha and Krishna. So they've come here in a hidden way, isn't it? Just like Krishna, he's hiding with the golden complexion of Srimati Radhika. He's hiding his dark complexion. But it is Krishna. But he's covered with her moods, her luster, but it's Krishna. And Radharani, she's come too, hasn't she, as Gadadhar Pandit. And as she comes as Gadadhar Pandit, she is, because she's Prem Guru. She's Krishna's Guru. So who is topmost Guru? Srimati Radhika. She's our Guru. She's everyone's Guru because she's Krishna's Guru. Right? Of course, she's especially the Guru of the Sakis, but she's everybody's Guru because she's Krishna's Guru. Krishna's the Guru of everyone. Right? Especially when he comes as Mahaprabhu, he comes in the mood of a devotee, Guru. So she comes as Gadadhar Pandit. And her how do you say it? Her example, her service as Gadadhar Pandit is to show the essence of how to serve Sri Guru. Because what does she do? She completely surrenders 100% and gives up her moods as Srimati Radharani, her bamya mood, which is her no. You know, her the way she pleases Krishna is by no, like this. Oh no, I'm going home. Yeah, like this. She has this bamya mood. You know, okay, you've offended me. You have to, pay something. You have to, massage my feet. And Chandravali, we know her rival, is Dakshin. So Dakshin. She has bamya too, because every Saki has bamya, but she's Dakshin. That means so submissive. Yes, I am yours, Krishna. I am yours, Krishna. Whatever you want, like this. But Radharani is, you are mine. Krishna's hers. It's a different mood there, you see. But Srimati Radharani, as Gadadhar Pandit, she gives up all these moods. She covers them 100% and becomes more Dakshin even than Chandravali or Rukmini. She becomes more Dakshin. To Mahaprabhu, to be able to serve him, because if she kept her mood as Radharani, he would be Krishna. He could not play her role. It would be impossible for him. So she plays the role of the most submissive, surrendered servant of Mahaprabhu. Never a separate interest like this. And she just serves him. And so this is the example that she's giving, that to really serve Sri Guru, we cannot have any separate interest. No separate interest. If we have some interest, it may be spiritual even. But if it's not what our Guru wants, her showing us that you must give that up and just take on whatever mood Sri Guru wants from you. That is disciple-guru relationship, really. Sat Sishya. Sat means perfect or Sat, a perfect example. Like the example of Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami was the only initiated disciple of Rupa Goswami. And he was Sat Sishya to Sat Guru. They're both perfect, like this. He had no separate interests. So that's our aspiration. We can't imitate it. We could try and imitate it, but, it will come when we're actually purified. In this Madhurya Kadambini, as we're studying, now we're up to our next shower will be the third shower, which is a Narta Nivriti. So when our nartas are cleansed away by the rain of the mercy of Mahaprabhu and the devotees, and our hearts are more pure, then we'll be able to come closer as we go through Nishta, Ruchi, Ashakti Bhav, praying. Then we'll be actually able to really understand the inner heart's desire of our Guru, be able to fulfill that inner heart's desire, because we won't have any separate interests, nothing. We won't have any barriers, lust, anger, greed, all these things, all of our inability to be able to carry out His order like that. It will come. We shouldn't think it won't come. It will. It will come. It is possible. Because we're not our conditioning. Right now we're just identifying as our conditioning. I, whatever it is, and just I can't do that. Or I'd rather do this and I'd rather not do that. That's according to my material conditioning in this life. And also from past lives. Because that's why we got the body and the mind that we have now. But when this, when the narcissists are gone, then we won't have that. That won't be there. We'll just be immediately, like Jiva Goswami. He could immediately understand the heart of Rupa Goswami. And even though it seems like there was some difficulty at one point, like when there was, what was his name? Acharya came to Braj. He's a great Vaishnava. And near to Rupa Goswami. So he asked Rupa Goswami if he could just look at his writing. And he found something that he didn't quite appreciate. And that was when, how's it go? Geez. My memory is not so good right now. Huh? Yeah, he was changing, and it was because he was calling witches. Oh, the desire for bhukti and mukti, the desire for the sense gratification and the desire for mukti. He called, Rupa Goswami calls them witches. And so he said, no, you cannot, and especially mukti. Mukti is not a witch. And so Rupa Goswami accepted, because he wanted to honor the senior Vaishnava. But later, when Vallabhacharya went to the Jamuna, he met Jiva Goswami, and Jiva Goswami brilliantly, and not offensively, really, just very nicely explained to Vallabhacharya that he wasn't saying mukti is a witch. He was saying the desire for mukti is a witch, the desire for mukti is a witch. And he to Vallabhacharya was a but when Rupa Goswami heard about this, he chastised him. He sent him, if you whole by Sherga up to Luna. And that place is still there. You can go visit that place. And that's where he wrote the Sandatas. And he was becoming very, very skinny and sick. And the Brajbas worried, and they didn't want anything because actually Rupa Goswami told him to go home. Just don't, just leave. But Sanatana Goswami, who was always doing Brajmandal Parikrama, going from house to house, all the Brajbasis loves Goswami. And he found actually the Brajbasis said, we know someone who's more renounced too. We know somebody here that's more renounced too. And he goes, And then Jiva. So he found Jiva and he brought him back, but he hid him. To Rupa Goswami said, so Rupa, who is his disciple and younger brother, of course, what is the duty of the Guru? What is the duty of the Vaishnavas? And of course Rupa says, Jiva Doi, to save the Jivas. So Sanatana Goswami says, what about Jiva? And then of course Rupa Goswami, who loved Jiva, they were reunited, and Rupa Goswami nursed him back to health, and Jiva resumed his seva to Rupa Goswami. So we cannot always understand. These things are very, very subtle and very difficult to understand. But Jiva didn't do anything wrong, and neither did Rupa Goswami. They're both right. And so it was reconciled by Sanatana Goswami, the Shiksha Guru, and the Guru of Rupa, like this. So we want to become a Satsishya. That's our aspiration, a real Rupanuga Gaudiya Vaishnava. That's our aspiration. So now we pray to have no separate interest from Guru and Krishna. We can't imitate it, but we pray for that. Because then there will be no, how do you say, there'll be no ever any challenges, you might say, in our life. We'll just see everything coming to us as the mercy and auspiciousness of Guru and Krishna. Whether it's sickness, whether it's our wife has left us, whether it's we have a big accident, whether we have no money, whether it's too cold, no matter what now we see as challenges, we will never see like that. We will see, oh, this is my sweet Lord, this is Sri Guru. He's come to completely purify me, to once and for all my sinful activities, all my karma, everything will be once and for all gone. So I accept happily, I accept. And I do deserve it, because I've done everything in my past lives. I've done everything. I deserve everything that comes. And one goes on serving with one's heart, mind, everything, gratefully, joyfully serving Guru and Krishna. Because we don't have any self-interest. We have no sense gratification now. We've given up the idea that I'm the enjoyer. I want to enjoy, and it's the false eye of our conditioning instead of the eye of the soul. We are a soul. We have a spiritual body. But we're not identifying like that now. This is the thing. But sometimes a little bit of glimpses are coming, at least intellectually, and we stop and say, wait a minute, oh, really, I'm actually a spirit soul here. So it's intellectual. We haven't realized it, because we don't realize our spiritual self until the level of Bhav. That's when we really become, or even in the Shakti, you start to understand something, and in Bhav, that's when the spiritual self is there, and we start identifying with that instead of misidentifying as the body or mind, the gross body or the subtle mind, like this. It's a transformation, an evolution. This is a real evolution. Darwin didn't quite have it right. Yeah, it's an evolution of consciousness, not of the bodies, This is actually what's going on. And it's because, when we came to the material world and we became covered by avidya, ignorance, and we decided, okay, I am the body. And then the lust, anger, greed, everything came with the body. And what happens? The false ego of I'm the enjoyer, I'm the controller, I'm the friend of all. Because that's what Krishna is. And we actually become the competitor of Krishna. That's what's happening in the material world. And this is every single soul. And so the problem arises of, he's thinking, we're not only are we competing with Krishna, we're competing with everybody else, because everybody else is trying to be Krishna. You see, so this is why interpersonal relationships are so difficult. We're just speaking between countries and everything, because everybody's, I am supreme. I'm the enjoyer, so everything should be for my enjoyment, not for yours, necessarily, you see. Or I'm the controller, you see. So it's a matter of avidya, ignorance, misidentification. And not only am I the body, but everything related to my body is mine. It's mine. You see? This is the problem. But actually, I'm a servant of Krishna. Everything is Krishna's. He's the enjoyer. He's the controller. He's capable of being the friend of all. And as soon as we start identifying, and not at the beginning is that, at least intellectually, we start identifying. And it really helps through so many situations, doesn't it? I'm the servant of Krishna. Krishna would like me to do it like this. Immediately the situation can shift. You might be having an argument. Someone might be saying things you don't. Immediately, I'm a servant of Krishna. How did Guru and Krishna want me to deal with this? And then more easily, it's easier to give up the false ego or to accept whatever's coming. I'll tell you a very simple story. This is with my Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, because he was always training me, because I was externally with Srila Prabhupada for only 5 years. But I was a baby, and I came very much as a hippie, and not, I didn't have so many great qualities, that's for sure. And so I did a lot of service for Srila Prabhupada to the best of my ability, but I needed more training. So Prabhupada sent me my Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And he's a real Shiksha Guru because he only tried to help me in my service to Srila Prabhupada. He never tried to take me away from Prabhupada or make me his like this. Never. Shiksha Guru means that they're simply helping you in your service to your Diksha Guru. And he was perfect in that. Perfect. And Srila Prabhupada actually was a very dear friend. They were very dear friends. Very dear. They had a very loving relationship since they met in 1946. 1946 was the first time they met. And Srila Prabhupada immediately noted Srila Narayan Maharaj. He wasn't a sannyasi at the time, but he noted him. And he had a very affectionate relationship. And Srila Narayan Maharaj helped Prabhupada when he was in the West. He would send him mridangas, Mathura Pera, books, so many things. And he met Srila Prabhupada when Srila Prabhupada for the first time came to India. He met him at the Radha Damodar temple, greeted him. And he was the only one really, maybe there was one other, I can't remember, but he was one of the only very few that would take the Mahaprasadam that was cooked by Westerners. Even though we were Vaishnavas, we had become Brahmins, and really there should be no material designations in bhakti, but still it's very difficult, especially for Indians. It's we're a lower birth, we're mlechas and yavanas, and it's hard for them to understand how we can become Vaishnavas. Even though it's there in the Shastras, Sanatana Goswami talks to everyone. If you have bona fide guru, as soon as you get bona fide initiation, it's like bell metal, it becomes transformed. We become transformed, just like anyone else. But that's very difficult. We, as Westerners, we have our particular conditionings that are very difficult. So everyone has their particular difficult conditionings. Only Srila Narayan Maharaj, maybe there was one or two, I can't remember. He actually would honor the Mahaprasadam cooked by Westerners. He knew who Srila Prabhupada was. He understood. You see? And you see after that, he toured the world also, helping Srila Prabhupada's disciples who were having difficulties and also helping other devotees. So, where was I? I kind of got sidetracked there. I was talking about something. Can't remember. What was I talking about before that? I was going to make a point, and then I went off over here. Let's see. Anyhow. Oh, I was going to tell a story. That's right. About, here. No, I can't. I can't. Here. You sit on the bed. Let her sit on the bed. She needs to sit. Yeah. So this is how we have to see. I'm talking about everything's auspicious, and we have to give up our own personal likes and dislikes and things. So I was Srila Narayan Maharaj, and at the time, it was a big pot. Temple room, and I turned on came out of his past all the other devotees, and he walked into the room, and he turned off the fan, and he said, "Have to learn to tolerate." Whoa! And I'm thank God he did that. Because if you want to live in Vrindavan, you have to learn to tolerate. I mean, that's anywhere all over the world, but you might not have to tolerate the weather. You have to tolerate other things. But if you want to live in Vrindavan, you better learn to tolerate the weather. Because you won't always have electricity. You might not have the money to pay for the electricity. Who knows? But you have to learn to tolerate. And we have to learn to actually become so absorbed in our sadhana bhajan that we don't even get affected by it. You see, the example, as we know, Haridas Thakur. Nothing affected his chanting. Nothing, even being beaten in 22 marketplaces. What to speak of the weather, or Maya Devi herself coming, trying to allure him, and the prostitute. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Namachari Shil Haridas Thakur, nothing. That's why he's Namachari Haridas Thakur. And he's our Adi Guru, because he's Lord Brahma. Brahma came as Hari and Prahlad. So this is our Adi. We're in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So this is our Sampradaya. Even if you're beaten in 22 marketplaces, my sweet Lord, thank you. I deserve it. Because he was thinking that he had offended the holy name. Because he had heard this one Gopal Chakravarti in the assembly of Raghunath Das Goswami and his father, he had heard this, Gopal Chakravarti had said some things against the chanting of the holy name, the power of the holy name. He had said that he was upset that Haridas Thakur had said that even by a slight chanting of the holy name, one can get liberation. See, he was a Mayavadi. He was an impersonalist, so to him that was, that was not acceptable to him. And so he said some things, and he even offended Haridas Thakur. And he got thrown out of the assembly. But Haridas Thakur is thinking because he even heard it, he deserved that beating. So we start here. We don't get discouraged, and we don't think, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to have to do that. We just think, ooh, ooh, okay, one day I won't be so attached to my material conditioning, to what I like and what I don't like this one day. Because actually, I can see that Haridas Thakur is much happier than I am. Much more. He's transcendental. No attachment here. So what to speak of Sri Guru? Sri Guru, no attachment here. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami, because we're speaking about them because it's their disappearance. Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj, no attachment here. They're only here to help Rupa Goswami establish the mission of Mahaprabhu, which is to taste, so that we can learn to taste the higher taste, and we can go back home, back to God here. He's establishing Raganuga Bhakti. He's giving us the process. He's giving us first what? The Sambandha, who we are. Isn't it? We're not the body, we're spirit soul, but more than that, we're a servant of Krishna. And then especially Srila Narayan Maharaj, his speciality was, who are we? We're the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. Most everyone, Prabhupada and everyone said it in the covered way, we're Rupanuga. And everyone knows that Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari, so then you figure out, okay, I'm a maidservant. But he would openly say, time and time again, we are. The ultimate goal of the jiva is to become a maidservant, or to realize, actually, that they're a maidservant. To remember who they actually are, what is the blueprint in their soul. Like the seed of a banyan tree. The whole banyan tree is in that seed. So in our soul, we have that whole blueprint of who we are, which is a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. If we're Rupanuga, that means that's who we are. You're not a Saka, you're not a mother and a father, you're not a Das. If you're Rupanuga, then you'll be in another line, which is fine. That's wonderful. But we're Rupanuga. So that means that that's who we actually are. And as our conditioning is purified, removed, we'll realize it more and more. And we will forget all this. We won't be attached in a material way to our mother, our father, our country of birth, our children, our dog, whatever it is. I like apples. I don't like pomegranates. You know, I need to, that will not be there. We'll only be seeing everything in relation to Krishna. This is Krishna. How can I use it in Krishna? As the son of Sri Radhika. What a jewel! And completely not there. Because uh, uh, he has openly said time and he got criticized so much for this, so much criticism, but it's just the truth. And it's relatively everyone to understand it, so that we can actually, because we don't know our goal, and we don't know who we really are, and what's the process, chanting Krishna, following Yasharita, following Anujita, Bhagavad Goswami, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, following Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Krishna covered every chapter at the end. Rupa, and even though it appears that Srila Maharaj is entering the Leela, even Srila Maharaj is today, it was just today, he entered the Leela, they are very here. This is when one understands Sri Guru as Guru Deva. He is our Atma. He's closer to us than the air. He's there. He's our eternal Guru. He's always been with us like Super Soul. Super Soul has always been with us, Krishna. And he's a personal form as Sri Guru. Isn't it? Guru, in one sense, non-different, but different from Krishna. He's so kind. He's so merciful. And we should take shelter. He is our best friend. It's called Bandhu. Bandhu. Closer than the air we breathe. And always with us. And when we take shelter of anyone else or anything else, what is it? Foolishness. They're fallible soldiers. Anyone else is a fallible soldier. You know what that means? That means they can fall. In the army, you know, they can fall. They can be defeated. You can't depend on them. But Sri Guru Krishna and our Guru Varga, the Vaishnavas, you can depend on. They're not fallible soldiers. We can never trust anyone else. They think they can help somebody. They can help somebody. But actually, no, only Vaishnavas, they can help. Because what we do, they don't only in our iron can penetrate, can break a mountain, and the thunderbolt was the mercy of Shri Guru Vaishnava. They can do it by one glance. All they have to do is look at it. Words can do that. What is the kirtan relationship? They just go with us. It's a famous story about Srila Prabhupada on an airplane. And the stewardess, and the stewardess, by Krishna's causals, she grabbed some and did it. Who would have pretend? And then what happened to her? They probably talked about Krishna a little bit. They may have given her a little book. Who knows? Later, and it was that lady. And her house was full of Krishna. She had become a devotee. She said, as she told them the story. Can you imagine? Taking their Mahaprasadam, taking their foot bath water, getting the dust from their feet. This is so powerful. Sri Vaishnava and Sri Guru, was it? Sud Bhakata, the song, but nothing more powerful. So even if we think about them, because we think, well, there's no pure devotee, I don't know any. No, you do. We do. Srila Prabhupada's not dead. Srila Narayana Maharaj is not dead. Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj isn't dead. We think about them. And we make their words our life and soul. Because they're all the same. They may have a little different variety of how to say it, but still, it's the same. Please chant Hare Krishna. Please just learn to love Krishna. Please don't criticize, don't apply. Please do Hare Krishna. It's all the same. It really Carmen magazines by Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur. And explaining, when I hear you, my Guru be glorified. Why? Because Krishna is actually the Guru. Rather, so it's really, when I think about the Guru, you really understand things. So there might be some particularities. They're kind. We, we can read the Shastra. Nowadays we have audios. We can hear audios. And of Srila Maharaj, I think all the way back to, I'm not Bhakti I don't think there are audios. No. But back at, some, there's Bhakti Siddhanta. We can read this. And take us astonishing personality. in all of our Vaishnava, that any Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava, can liberate. So what to speak of us? But we have to have that faith, and we have to have a relation. They're here wanting to give. That's the real trick of Maya, isn't it? I'm not satisfied. It's Maya. That means you think your material body is because he picks up the most fallen. So even from the conditioned, because I'm very fallen. You see? So we can't let Maya trick us in this way. Yeah. Yeah, we have to be that's why we need the teachings of our Guru Varg. And we need, Smriti says, we have to have patience, tolerance, we have enthusiasm, take bad association. This is also, don't take bad to not association that's already in our mind. Our minds are very bad association. Come in the mind. And that means most of us, our minds can be very bad association. You know? Not just external with the people, garbage is on the phone, but bad association. It's there. Like a tape recorder going and going. And I know for myself, what I'll be, you'll be chanting and it will be singing. All of a sudden, the tape recorder comes on and there's like, would fly. It's easy for me to just chant, all of a sudden, a little bit, I never turned it on, but it's everywhere in a plane. It's hellish. And so what will happen is, okay, eyes like this. I'm going, oh no, please. But it's there. It's there. Maybe from 10 years ago. Movie I saw on a plane 10 years ago. It's there. Mine. You have to chant really loud, and that's when you have to take shelter. Not if a good day, Prabhupada, please save me. Please. Help me to remember you. Help me to remember Krishna. That movie. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. You see? Or even the Mikey, even though in one sense it's another kind of pervertification, real problem with another devotee. He did this and then all this time situation. She did. Oh, I don't. And we've just out this incident that she shouldn't be. Hey, Jen Raghunath. Hey, Dave. Hey, Prabhupada. They they're called Raghunath. Royal. I mean, just like attack. So it's end. So we just should take shelter. Sri Guru Vaishnavas, they will save us. essence of Guru Tattva is Guru Seva. Seva. With words are in our deep inner moods. 24 hours. Everything will come from that. Always remember them, never forget them. Jai. Jai Ho. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Dara Santi Jaya Shri Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Sri Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Jaya Radha Giri Radha Giri Radha Giri Radha Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Jai. There's one more thing I want to say. All you out there, somewhere around the world, is that for you that any of us are guru. Some may be pure gurus. Some may be pure guru. Prabhupada is a Sikh guru for everyone in the whole universe. which is speak of Srila Narayan Maharaj, Rupa Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, all the was there, Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj, everyone is here like this. Even the Christians, they have Jesus Christ. For me, my first gurus were my mother and father. They were good Christians. They were. They were pure, but they helped me. So we should think we have them and taking them to heart and trying to please them. There's no one who doesn't have guru. Jai. Hari Hari Bol.